The central problem with extensions of KYC is you don't know if the person doing something is lying to you. So, for example, during COVID, with all the money that was kind of given out in PPP loans, you'll hear reports of, hundreds of billions of dollars that was doing to the wrong people, and it's kind of devastating. So if I say, hey, I'm Miguel, Rodger Miguel, and I own this podcast business, and based on that, I get a loan during things like COVID. Well, one, it's not Miguel. And two, when you show up and say, well, actually, I'm Miguel, they're like, well, we already gave him the money. I mean, it has a lot of bad outcomes. And so the question is, how do you build from a foundation of ground truth? So, for example, in our kind of KYC consumer offerings, we're so good at identity because we focus on the thing that matters, which is accuracy, that I don't know a case where we got the identity wrong. So for folks that use our pre-fill product and with just a phone number and an authentication of the key, you can fill out someone's name, address, all the necessary things to apply for a bank account. I don't know if we're a case we get that wrong anymore. And the point being, like, in the central premise of proof is because we don't ask who you are, we ask for your number and your phone. You can't lie to us. You can't say, oh no, I'm Rodger, I'm Miguel, I'm whoever I am. And in that ground truth of not having to ask a person who they are to get to the ground truth that it is Miguel can extend to other parts of the web. For example, it should be the case that if I say I'm Miguel's assistant or work for his podcast, I'm applying for a loan for the podcast for working capital, it should be done in such a way that you can prove that Miguel is involved in that transaction. And we should be able to say, we know that this person, Miguel, owns these three businesses. If we ask him what businesses he owns, he may claim no business he doesn't own. But what if you could connect the dots in such a way that, well, I know it's Miguel, and I know that Miguel owns these businesses, and therefore I'm going to tell you which of these businesses you want to apply for, not, I'm a business, right? So if you have the ground truth, like, I know the businesses you own. Well, so how would one know that? Well, we connect and prove phone numbers and phones and SIM cards to SSNs. And therefore, we can't claim to have a business, and we have to figure it out. We know what businesses you have. So we'll be announcing new products around small business and know your business in such a way that we're not going to ask you your business. We know your business, and then you can pick the business. And therefore, you can't pose as someone else or pose as someone who owns a business you don't own. And that's how it should be done. It should be again, don't ask the human to identify themselves or things about themselves, because there's a good chance they'll lie to you.